Please welcome Priyanka Chopra.
I feel so bad for that guy. You crushed his dreams.
Oh, no, he's used to, everyone here is used to the abuse. And just so everyone knows, they abuse me more than I abuse anyone in this office. They throw food at me.
No.
Sometimes they lock me out. Yeah.
See, my assistants, do you hear that?
My
It can happen.
Yeah, your assistants. Do you hear that, everybody? I met you briefly at the Global Citizens Festival in New York. I met you very briefly. Did you have a problem? I couldn't see anything on that stage.
That teleprompter, because of the sun in your eyes,
Yeah, there's-
couldn't read anything.
No, couldn't read. There's a big prompter, and we're just like,
It really was. I had my papers in my hand, but I couldn't read a thing.
Did you
I winged it.
You did? Did you memorize your stuff beforehand?
I just remembered the important stuff, and the rest of it was just like whatever.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But you had to
exactly.
be on stage for 7 minutes or some such, right?
Yeah, we got on stage. I was co-hosting with Hugh Jackman. We got on the stage, and they're like, "Okay, we're going live. 30 seconds." And we look up, and the clock said 7 minutes and 44 seconds. And I'm like, "Oh, fuck."
Yeah.
But Hugh Jackman, it's his thing, so I was like, "You go. I'll back you up." But I am not doing it like a stand-up performance for this crowd. I wasn't prepared at all, and I just was like trying to get to.
It was great.
It was a great night. They raised a lot of money, and I take complete credit for that.
Global citizen! It was awesome.
So tell me about you. So you came to the United States for school, but you grew up in India. In what part of India?
Well, I was at that time living in Bareilly, which is a small town, which you will realize when you go to India
Yep.
and see so much of it, which I'm very excited
Yeah,
about.
our
Chelsea
show's
Handler's
going to India for season 2. We're going.
I'm really happy about it.
It'd be great if I went and decided never to come back.
I mean, I did. I'm here. I haven't gone back to India forever. It feels like I'm not going
Yeah, but
back
you
at
go
all.
back and forth all the time, right?
Because I'm still working. I mean, my movies, I'm still working within Indian movies, so I want to be able to balance both of them.
So you fly back, so you work on your show, and then what's your schedule like? On the weekends, you go back to India?
See, the thing is, I've got spoiled since I've come to America. We don't have a concept of weekends in India. So I was just like, yeah, we work 7 days a week. And now I have 2 days off. So I'm like, it's such a first world problem to have.
No pun intended.
I know. And I was like, okay. So then I decided to go back to India to finish my movies during the weekend.
But if you don't, what do you mean you have no concept of weekends there? Do they not take
We
that-
have Sundays, but Saturdays is a half day. So kids go to school for half a day.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, see their faces. Look at all of those faces.
And so you went
We
to,
have to work, you guys.
and you came back, but you went to kind of high school in Massachusetts,
Yes,
right?
in Newton, Massachusetts, in Queens, New York, actually. I was living with my aunt. I decided to come here when I was 12. Got extremely excited with the fact that you don't have to wear uniforms in school, in public school. And at 13, that's important, you know, you want to look pretty. So that was the reason I wanted to stay in America, and I stayed for 4 years.
And did you know English when you came over?
Yes. Another fact, 10% of India probably speaks English, which is 1.3 million people, which is more than most nations. So when you go to, by sheer population, so when you go to India, you'll encounter most people that speak English. It's my first language is Hindi and English.
And how many other languages do you speak?
None.
Good for
I
you.
can wing a lot more. I can fake Spanish, fake
You can?
French, just a little bit.
Really? It's hard to fake a
Hablo
language.
poquito español. Like, I know, like, I can pepper it so people get impressed.
Right. So tell me, so you just did a movie, you just did Baywatch with Dwayne Johnson and Zac Efron.
Yes.
And they. And so you
That
play.
was a beautiful set to be on,
I-
just because of the beautiful people. Visually, it was just like, wow, keep them coming. Keep running.
Zac Efron is on my fantasy football league. And so the other day I watched one of his movies, like Dirty Grandpa on a plane or something. And I was like, oh God, Zac Efron's body is like so hot. And then I felt like a little bit of a molester because I was like, how old? And then I was looking at Robert De Niro. I'm like, and then I emailed Zac. I'm like, Robert De Niro might have a better body than you. And he's like in his 70s. And he's like, that guy is badass. He works out all the time.
Amazing.
But then Dwayne Johnson, I mean, that's a whole other level of body.
Some other level. Craziness.
So, like,
I mean, his biceps is the size of me.
yeah. And he's like the nicest guy in the world,
So
right?
nice.
Yeah, he's really nice.
My mom was on set one day, and he walks all the way over to her, and he's like, what can I get you? Anybody needs anything? My mom was so like, She was so touched. He was just such a nice guy. Like really, not for the cameras.
So you presented at the Oscars this year,
Yes.
and for the first time. So do the Oscars mean anything in India, like what they mean here?
I mean, if our movies are nominated, yes. That would be good.
But like
yes,
when you
they
came,
do.
did you know everybody, all the
I
celebrities?
didn't know anyone. I knew very few people. In fact, it's such a funny moment happened with Liev Schreiber, who I was presenting with. I was backstage after we finished presenting, and he was like, "Oh my God, that movie was amazing. That guy made it." And I was like, I mean, I'm not from America, so I don't know pop culture as much. And I was like, "Who is he?" And he was like, "What? You don't know that person?" I was like, "If you go to India, will you know Amitabh Bachchan?" And he was like, "Got your point." So we spent half an hour introducing me and telling me who was who, which was great. It was like such a cultural exchange for me.
That's cute. I mean, it's better to come to Hollywood and not know anybody.
Why?
Because otherwise you're intimidated, and you know, when you meet somebody, it's better to not know anybody, I always think, because otherwise you have nothing to be nervous about. You know, if you have to impress a certain person, or maybe it is good. It might be good in certain like political situations, like to know who Hillary Clinton is.
It might be important. It may be important to come into another country and actually know some few people.
It'd be great if I had no idea half these people who are coming on my show. Every once in a while, I'm like, who the hell is that?
I should give you a lowdown before you go to India.
Yeah,
that
you need to give me a cheat sheet.
Yeah, let me just give you. These are the people you need to know. Do not mess this up.
Right, and I don't want to do anything that's offensive. So any major thing that's offensive.
Good luck with that.
Hi. Oh, this is a new move he's doing, or I guess he's trying to take control. You can watch Priyanka on Sunday nights on Quantico. It's on ABC, and I want to thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.